Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Kiwi Ears Serene. So this is a Z Reviews or Z Reviews kind of collab headphone, and interesting to close back planar, as you can see. So I'm quite curious of the tuning because it could be wild. Well, obviously we'll see what that's like. And yet, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Lynn Sol for sending this out for me to try. So thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own as per usual. And yeah, so they look pretty cool. Close back. They look quite large. See, it looks quite deep, but obviously we'll see what it's like. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's have a closer look. Like I said, this is the Serene close back headphones, the collab, as you can see here. So quite curious to see what that's like. Specs, looks like they've changed it recently, the specs, but this would be the same as retail. So obviously there's the information there. 50 ohms, not too bad. Sensitivity, I expect that to be in the 90s, so that's pretty good. Again, information there. They've slightly probably revised the box for retail. Again, Z Reviews. So let's have a look. All I've done, I've just cellophane kind of wrapping off. Nothing left in there. User guide. It's probably just common sense. Again, specs there. Troubleshooting, using them. Basically a bunch of common sense, as you can see here. Cable. Obviously I'll unwrap it in a bit. So it's just 3.5 to 3.5. L and don't see an R, but it's got L's on one of them, so sorry, that's R. So yeah, 3.5. But again, if it's planar, this might need something a bit like the kind of harder to drive. So this one doesn't come with a case or anything. Take these off, let's have a look. So yeah, quite deep size, but then again, it's only from there, so pads are quite deep. Again, that's going to affect the tuning. L and R goes flat. Again, very lightweight. Seem to have enough padding there. Bit of branding on the top, as you can see. See the good extension. Obviously, I'm quite curious to see what the clamp's like. I don't mind this kind of purpley kind of shade. It seems alright. Obviously 3.5 on there. So yeah, I have no idea what these are like. So yeah, hopefully they're not got wild tuning. So, but we'll see about that. I'm going to try this obviously with my topping L30 because it's got 3.5. As you can see, 3.5. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. So welcome to my review section of the Kiwi Ears Z Reviews Serene collab. So anyway, this is the cable. So 3.5, so it's not balanced. Obviously you can probably get a balanced cable, but I was happy with what it comes with. So 3.5. There's a strain relief there. It's kind of braided. You can see there. I had no issues at all. Lengthwise, it seems pretty good. Y split there with the branding. Chin slider, which is really loose, but I don't really need that on a pair of headphones. And obviously R and L. Straightforward, really. I was perfectly happy with this setup. Again, I use it single-ended. I have no use. Balanced, you probably get a bit more headroom, but I was perfectly happy with the actual setup. So here they are. I've used them for quite a bit now, so they can go flat. So obviously they fit R and L, so really that's your head, and then they go flat that way. They don't go the other way. Pads, I haven't tried changing them because I've been perfectly happy with them. They may come on and off. I haven't tried them because I didn't want to break them, to be honest. So comfort, fit and build, really. So comfort wise, they can get a little bit warm from around the pads, you know, like normal, but they're quite light, so they're actually pretty good. Clamp wise, it's not too bad at all. If you've got a larger head, the clamp might affect you more, but for me, really good clamp. And build seems okay. It's a bit plasticky, but obviously they have to keep the price down, which I'm not surprised, as you can see. I don't mind this purpley kind of look. It's not too bad. Yeah, so power and sensitivity. So as a planar, they are power hungry. They're not the hardest I've driven, but you really want a desktop amp, or if you're going to use this outdoors, because you can, They are quite wide. They're quite wide, like the depth of them. You might look a bit. You will be noticed basically because they're quite large. But yeah, you could, or decent DAP would probably do it. But I use this as my topping E30 and L30 Gen 2. No problem at all. Medium game and probably 11 o'clock on the dial is probably enough, really. You know, you don't need any more than that. You can obviously push them high gain, but medium gain and that kind of level is perfectly fine, really. And yeah, apart from that, so Technicalities. Now, this is a Planar. If you use this as a dynamic driver, I think at a similar price. The probably won't be as competitive, but yeah. Technicalities, very good. Planar strength. Not really many planar weaknesses on this model, but we'll get to that in a bit. Now, I probably should have started with it, but it's price. So if you're watching this for the day it's got released, which is the 5th of November, I'm filming this on the 4th of November, so just the day before. These are $160, but if you buy the $1 reservation card, it's $20 off, so about $139, I think $139 or $140. So if you're interested on today, if it's the 5th, if you're watching this and you want these, this is the way to get them a bit cheaper. I don't know how long that will last for, but it probably won't last for very long, to be honest. Yeah, so if you're watching this way past the 5th of November 2025, they probably aren't reduced anymore. So I thought I'd let you know about that, because obviously price is everything these days. Some micro details on this set. Again, I think very, very good. They have the positives of Planar, but none of the real weaknesses apart from power. But that's pretty normal, really. Isolation is okay for close back, but there's a little, you can see just there by my finger. So they do vent slightly. You can see on there as well, just in there. But it's not too bad at all. So sound. So obviously I can't graph these for you, so you'd have to. You can also obviously follow the timestamps. I always timestamp everything that I can, really. So low end. Now I think these are meant to be more of a neutral-ish tuning with a bass boost, and they're right. These are not bass monsters, but they are, I think, very, very well tuned for low end. As this is a Z Reviews or Z Reviews, depends how you want to pronounce it, pronunciation. I think he wanted a nice sub-bass boost with kind of a balanced-ish, neutral-ish tuning. That's what they are. So for sub-bass, I think is really, really good. Mid-bass is really good as well. Perfect tuning for me. I never have to EQ these. They've done it really well. But yeah, bass solid. More of a warmer tuning overall. So balanced-ish, neutral-ish tuning with a warmer tone to it. That's what these probably are. So if you're somebody who also uses tube amps, you won't need to use it because you don't need that warm tuning to it, because these do it naturally with the drivers. So mid-range, very, very good. Again, you don't really need to tune these at all. Everything sounds it's very nice sounding pair of headphones. So female and male vocals, I think they sound fantastic. Female vocals aren't boosted, really. I don't think real male ones are either. Very nice, balanced tuning with no fatigue. I've listened to these for hours today, and they do really sound really, really good. So treble on the Planar can be quite bright. They always have very good extension, but they can be very brightly tuned. Now these have got all the details without the sharpness. Now this seems to be a little bit. They do have really good extension, and they do have that sparkle, air quote sparkle that you want. But again, they're not a really sharp set like some Planars are, which is kind of a negative. They can be quite bright, really. These don't have that, even at higher volumes, which I don't recommend you listening to. Again, not a problem at all. Extension seems really good as well. Now, yeah, not much to say really. There's not really many flaws with it really. So conclusion of the Serene, Purple Serene, is these are much better than I expected. Now, I think if another manufacturer did this, maybe in a bit more of a fancy styling, they'll cost way more money. But the only negatives for me is probably you need an amp. and that's probably it. So I like the low end, is really good. I do listen to a lot of electronic music, so I like the bass. They're not, again, I'm not a bass head, you know, I'm nothing like that. And I do like how the mid-range is really like, they're very, really nice to listen to. No EQ needed, in my opinion. And I like how the treble is detailed without the sharpness. But overall, very good pair of headphones. Again, I don't think you really need to get these balanced because they're only 3.5 anyway. And yeah, so for $160 or $140, depending on you watching it, I think they're a great deal. Depends if this colour as well puts you off. Obviously, these do extend very well, which you saw in the clip before this. And good padding. I was very happy with the comfort. I listened to these for a couple of hours today with no fatigue at all. Again, they're quite light. So I think I'll end it there. I think I've covered a lot of it. If you think I missed anything, if you want to know more, as usual, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. And yeah, I'll see you soon.